next step in evaluating the spray foam is to determine what you can do with it once you have completed the process of cure. What I do like to look at and evaluate is just, again, how easy can I manipulate that form once it's together, once it's cured, excuse me. You can form the sandpaper with a rasp, you can use a hot wire device. There's different techniques that require different elements, different tools, and each one of them comes with their own little hazards, if you will. If you use a rasp, you're going to get particulates, so you're going to want to wear a respirator, dust mask. So just keep safety in mind, and since we're on that, I'm putting my latex gloves on. I'm going to wear my safety glasses for this next science experiment. So you just spent hours and hours carving your foam creation, and you just want to get it done, and you grab a can of spray paint off the shelf. You've done it. I know you have. I did it. What happens? Oh, it looks beautiful. That looks so good. Oh crap, what did I just do? I just destroyed a lot of hard work, because the acetone is going to dissolve that foam. It's going to break it down, and you're going to get varying degrees of deformation. You're going to create pock marks. You will literally melt the foam. It's high density. The XPS board a little less. It's a lot more forgiving with the spray paint. You're still going to see some slight deformations in the surface, so you have to just be careful if you are spraying this. There are times when I have just stepped back further with the can, so some of the solvent dissipates in the air before it even hits. I've been successful to a degree doing that as well. But by and large, you want to put a coating on it if you're going to spray it with spray paint. That's why the use of water-based paints is typically used in the foam forming artwork. So in terms of the spray foam, there's a claim that one, you can spray paint, and I want to see if others are similar, how they react. So because acetone is a solvent that's used in spray paint, I'm going to put a little bit of acetone in this container. This is a solvent. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. We have a fan blowing in the back. You may be able to hear that. Close it up nice and tight. So to prove that we're going to get the same reaction, this is XPS board. It's sizzling, it is melting, and it's pretty quick and dramatic. The acetone is turning purple, and I'm down to little particulates floating around in there. I'm going to do the same with the white styrofoam, and that is gone. I mean, it is gone. Fast. Alright. So this is a piece that we're going to take off the worth. Just going to cut a piece off the bottom edge, drop it in there, and see what happens. It's not dissolving super fast like the white the white styrofoam. It is definitely getting soft. So the solvent is breaking down the adhesives inside of that spray foam fluid. It's very rubbery. This is great stuff. It's maintaining its shape, but it is also getting spongy. Already soft and spongy window and floor crack filling spray foam, great stuff. not dissolving, but it's getting super soft. A little bit more in here. Acetone. Just literally absorbing that salt. Try the Gorilla. That's staying hard. I actually cut it in half with the screwdriver, so it's holding its shape pretty well. So I'm guessing that will be a little bit more accepting of a spray paint. That's firm. It's got a little bit of that color is transferring onto my fingers, but by and large that stayed together. These foams are very similar in nature, so I'm going to go over here to the Loctite. I'm going to put the Loctite in there. That it's holding its shape pretty well, getting a little bit soft. So this is the window door. It still has some of its structural integrity and pulling it apart. Gorilla maintained its shape, did not break down. This feels like a sponge. This is great stuff. This is the Worth. The Worth is breaking apart into pieces. So each one of them does something a little bit differently than the other. But if I were just to take a shot at it, I'd say I would probably be more successful spray painting the Gorilla and the Loctite. So that's what we're going to do next. Alright, for the next step of the evaluation of the spray foam is I'm going to try not to destroy these two particular molds. One is the Gorilla, one is the Loctite high density. Before we do that, I want to make another mold. So using the silicone, using this high-end H2O from my kitchen tap, I'm going to spray that mold with some water. Because guess what happens when the spray foam touches water? Magic. It cures faster. We're going to take the can of Gorilla, because I already have an extra of the Loctite. And I'm going to start to spray this. And this is where the film will either be fast forwarded or edited, because this stuff is very viscous. And this is going to take a couple of minutes to fill this up. Exciting. And cut. For the power of editing, I'm taking that nozzle off because it's just too restrictive. And we're going to pretend this is a can of shave cream. But don't eat it. It doesn't taste good. I do not know that for a fact, but I'm making an assumption. Alright, the mold's filled up fairly well. That is going to swell a little bit, probably not as much. So I'm going to spray a couple of these gaps. Try to do this in one fell swoop. Alright, we're going to take more of that high-end water from the tap. I'm going to spray it on the foam to speed up that cure process. We don't want this to get too crazy in terms of the expansion. I'm going to lay some plastic over the top of it. Nice thing about the plastic is you don't need anything other than a garbage bag. The foam can be easily pulled away from it. I need to put some weights on top here, so I'm just going to do this. Alright, now on to the painting. take this unbranded spray paint made by Rust-Oleum, and I'm going to spray paint both of these. Just light enough so that I can still see the grooves, other parts of the formation, and then observe what happens, short term and long term. You do have to be careful about putting water-based and oil-based paints together because they will end up becoming sticky. Sometimes that stickiness remains for several days. Sometimes it's more permanent. So before you do any kind of painting, do test areas with your project, because the last thing you want to do, of course, is spend tens and tens of hours putting things together just to destroy it at the end. We do make a lot of mistakes around here in the neighborhood farm, but each and every one of them I've learned from. So get out there and make things. I have no doubt that your projects will be smart and beautiful. We're going to come back to this in a bit. Okay, we completed the spray paint process. This is now dry and dry to the touch. I don't see any deformation. This is the Loctite spray foam. So I'm not really too concerned about spray painting the Loctite. This is the Gorilla, and similar to the Loctite, the little tiny holes that you see, the perforations, these were just highlighted by the spray paint, meaning they were already there. The acetone in the spray paint did not create these holes. That's just a structure of the curing process. If I'm forming something where I don't want the holes, yeah, I might be a little bit apprehensive about using spray paint on that, but at the end of the day, I could just come back with foam putty if I wanted to and fill those in and respray it. It's an extra step, but I'm making a tree stump with this. Tree stumps are varying in decay. I'm good with the holes. Actually, that might make it look a little bit more authentic, so I'm good with it. So bottom line is, I'm going to spray paint either one of these two all day long and move on. Okay, now we're going to look at the mold. It's been 20 minutes, so we're going to take this apart. Pop off our little umbilical cord there. Cut this apart. I'm going to use this again, so I'm just going to clean that out. Plastic. These out of the way. Plastic. Again, this is a special garbage bag. Nah, it's just a garbage bag. It's a little bit wet, so as you need to use water when you're doing the spray foam, just make sure that whatever surface you are working on can take the water. I'm using a painter's cloth to cover my table. Peel this off. You can see this comes right apart. I did not use release agent on this. This is about the 10th mold I've made. It's possible that over many uses that I'll have to resort to some release agent, but for now I like to use the water because it does help set it up more quickly. This is still a little semi-soft, as you can see, a little spongy. I think I could manipulate the shape a little bit, but not a whole lot. Okay, but it's easy to trim when it's soft, so we're going to go ahead and start the trim process. And a little overkill. I'm going to use some scissors. Right tool, right job, right time. You can see you just cut this away nice and easy. I think anybody who's worked with spray foam is aware of this, but it makes for a better presentation for the video. And it makes you watch just a little bit longer. saw you hit the pause button. Alright, there you go. It is a little soft, you can see it's pliable. I want this to set nice and flat, so in a case like this, I might just put something on top of it until it fully hardens up from the cure. Okay, that concludes our evaluation of the foam. Have fun with it. If you know of other foams and other attributes that I haven't mentioned, please make a comment in the comment section. Appreciate it. Thank you.